All praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Warakwadash. Peace, blessings, much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well, you men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons, and daughters as well. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Okay? Coming into this truth, it teaches you how to be a man. Being in this Western society, it effeminizes you, it makes you weak. The job and the duty of this westernized culture is to really neuter the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American man, because Esau Edom knows we are the face of masculinity. We are the real leaders. But at this particular time, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. So a lot of women are clinging unto Esau Edom because they see Esau Edom has the power. But at the same time, those who are actually in power in this world are sodomites, they're witches, warlocks. All right. As a man, your dollar amount, how much you make, does not value your status as a man, especially as a man of the Lord. All right. But before I go on with this lesson, I want to start this off in the book of Deuteronomy 5 and 16 before I get into the point. Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 16. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy power hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. So we have to honor our father and our mother. More particular, I'm going to focus and zone in on the mother. A lot of Israelites today, because of the curses, the father may not even be home. So they're being raised up by the mother. And being raised up by the mother, that effeminizes you already. You're already seeing how emotional she can be. And as a young boy growing into adulthood, you start picking up those same type of traits. Okay? And then seeing that you love your mother, you care for your mother, it may cloud your judgment when you're dealing with women. Because as the saying goes from a lot of women, well, ain't your mother black? What does that have to do with a lot of so-called black women being wicked as hell and not being held accountable and not trying to be held accountable? Okay? Yes, every man comes into this world through a father and a mother. Just as you can say, well, don't you have a mother? You could also say, well, don't you have a father? Okay? But this world credits everything to the woman. And growing up as a man, that puts you in a weakened state. It cripples you as a man. Okay? Now, naturally, a man loves his father and mother. Especially looking at your mother, looking at her as the weaker vessel. Okay? Looking at her as being more delicate than your father. You may feel like you should be under your mother more. As a man, you feel like you should protect your mother, right? When really, that's the father's duty. That's his woman. And a lot of sons, they get caught up in this son-mother relationship to where it's almost like they act married. Okay? To where the son is looking at the father like the father's the problem because he's chewing out the mother when the mother is being a complete demon. Okay? We live in a society where men get the bottom end and women are always right according to this society's standards. Okay? You're supposed to honor your father and mother, and it's said that the father should be honored before the mother. It says honor thy father and mother, not thy mother and father. Okay? But a lot of Israelites, they glamorize their mother so much that they just look at their father like he's the enemy. And that puts Jake in that mama boy spirit. Now, when you go back to our forefather Jacob, Jacob was indeed a mama's boy when he was younger. Okay, and we all may go through that. But one thing about this truth, you mature, you grow up, you wake up into being a man if the Lord puts that in you. If it's not for you, you're just going to be a wimp all your life. Okay? You have a lot of guys talking about the red pill and, you know, the real men and masculinity and this and that. No, the real men, real masculinity are those who serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Because even amongst these red pill guys, you got adultery, you got sodomites. The list goes on. All right? Honor thy father and thy mother as the Lord thy power hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. So it's commanded that we honor our father and our mother. So don't take this lesson as me bashing mothers. Okay? A man is supposed to honor his father and his mother. Now, that doesn't take a man to be a mama's boy, or a man to still be sucking on his mom's breast milk, and he's going on the age of 20, 25, 30, 35, still weak to his mother and totally ignoring her actions, okay, to why she may be single, or why she's not with your dad, or why your dad's always chewing her out, okay? As a man, you have to think logically and not emotionally. Okay? Let's go to the book of Genesis, the very beginning. And we're going to go to chapter 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So Jacob was more of a plain man. Jacob be dwelling in tents. Jacob be at the house. Okay? Or Jacob would be praising the Lord. Matter of fact, let's go into the word tents. All right? Tent. A nomad's tent, and thus symbolic of wilderness life, transience, dwelling, home, habitation, the sacred tent of Yahweh. So the tabernacle. So like I said, Jacob, he'd be chilling at home, or he'd be at the tabernacle. He'd be giving praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, while Esau be in the field, just like they do today. Esau loves going out into the field, you know, thinking that he's a man because he'll be out chopping lumber and he'll be out hunting and doing things that, you know, it doesn't make you more or less of a man, but these are some of the same traits that Esau actually did. Jacob was more just laid back, more chill. Okay? And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So Isaac loved Esau because Esau could cook, man. But Rebekah loved Jacob because Jacob was more of a mama's boy. And we, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, come out of Jacob. Jacob would cleave more to his mother. Okay? Just like when it came to Jacob and Esau receiving the blessing, a lot of people try to paint this picture like Jacob's evil because he supplanted Esau, when in reality, it was Rebekah, which was Jacob and Esau's mother, that made Jacob pretend to be Esau. So Jacob, being a mama's boy, listened to his mother, okay, because the Lord put the spirit on his mother to make him say what he said to Isaac, to receive the blessing, playing to be Esau. Okay? Because again, he was a mama's boy. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So Jacob was a mama's boy when he was young. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But what you have to understand, as you grow up, you have to become a man. And when you become a man, it starts to show. You start to speak differently. You start to act differently. You have men, they're in their 30s and they're still mama's boys. Okay? 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. And you'll have some ask, what is a mama's boy? Right? You'll have people ask that question. But 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And some of those childish things, seeking validation from your mother. Childish things could be justifying your mother's actions because that's your mother. She's the one that raised you, bathed you when you were young, fed you, clothed you. So it can cause you to be blinded by the actions of women in general. Because again, your mother's a woman. So now you'll mirror that on other women and you'll ignore their wicked actions because you're still in a little boy frame of mind. Okay? Just like you gave all your passes to your mother on her wickedness because she's your mother, now you're giving passes to women. Okay? And then when you get a daughter, you're enabling your daughter to be another fast woman who's supposed to just have liberty to do what she wants because that's how your mother told you to treat your woman. Treat your woman like she's a queen. Everything's about her, right? Make everything about a woman. That's childish. That's childlike behavior. Okay? When you become a man, you understand how to differentiate, truth from lies. You have better discernment. Okay? You know how to treat women accordingly. You know that there's no respect of persons in judgment. So based off of someone being a father or a mother, a brother, a sister, an Israelite, a non-Israelite, we understand right is right and wrong is wrong. And for a long time, women have done a good job raising their boys into being blinded at the wickedness of women. Okay? And again, we being the Israelites, just like our forefather Jacob, we love our mothers. But that does not take away the damage that our mothers have done. And we understand, yes, the curses. Okay? But it doesn't take away the truth. A lot of damage has been done under our mothers. Okay? And as a man, I can say that. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So we can't have that, well, let me see what my mom says attitude. Well, my mama said, you'll have men who will fall out the truth because they're scared of being kicked out of their mama's house. Instead of getting up and getting their own thing, right? They're still under their mother's roof at 25. And they can't fully be immersed in the truth because their mother may kick them out. Okay? Instead of trying to get their situation handled like a man should do. And yes, it's tough. Yes, it's difficult. It sucks. The situation that we're in. But part of being a man is fighting, not laying down. Okay? A man is supposed to want his own thing. Not be stuck under his mother all his life. Not micromanaging his mother and her relationships. This nigga better not put his hand on my mom. Look, that's on her. She's the one deciding to lay down with this man. And see, that's another thing with Jake, man. Jake gives no accountability to their mothers, their sisters, their daughters, their female cousins. When it comes to women, there's like an off limit, a pass to where it's just like, no matter how wicked they are, because wickedness came in through the women, it's almost like they just get a hall pass to just keep doing it. Okay? The Lord is causing us to see things for what it is. Okay? Not getting caught up in the deception of women. And it starts with your mother, man. Our mothers, if you were raised around your mother, now certain brothers may not have been raised with their mother. Certain brothers may have been raised by their grandmother. Certain brothers may have been raised by their fathers. Certain men may have been raised by their uncles or by a foster home, whatever the case may be. But overall, a lot of damage has been done through the mothers. And it takes a man to say that. Okay? A lot of people have this attitude, oh, you can't say that about women. You can't talk to your mother like that. Of course, we're not going to just blatantly, just flat out disrespect our mother. But as men in this truth, we have to tell it how it is. A lot of our mothers have been whores. A lot of our mothers have done so much wickedness, and they have not held themselves accountable for all the damage that has come from it. Okay? And when you're a mama's boy, you turn away the blind eye to the wickedness of women in general. Okay? You seek for validation through women. Okay? Being a mama's boy cripples you in different aspects in your life. All right? The Lord is calling us to be men. We have to be strong. He's not looking for us to be weak. Okay? And putting all your hopes and dreams into women that includes your mother, that makes you a weak man. 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. How do you show yourself a man? Verse 3. And keep the charge of the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written, and the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. So being able to provide, being able to lift a bunch of weights, that's not really what makes you a man. Because see, you have homosexuals that can probably count more money than me and 50 brothers together. Okay? Matter of fact, I might have to do a video, or I might have to add some footage to this video, either at the end or at the beginning. But I have a video that I saved of a sodomite counting money, but he's clearly a sodomite. He got long nails and everything, but in this world, based off of how much money you have determines how much of a man you are, right? So in that case, there's a lot of sodomites who are more manly than actual straight men, right? Based off the logic of this world. Because see, a mother may tell her son how he needs to have his money, and in order for him to be able to please a woman, he needs to have his finances straight, blah, 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 blah. Take her out on honeymoons and spoil her. Okay, or she might not even tell him any of those things. But a lot of women don't even tell their sons about the wickedness of women. They just throw their sons into the world to just deal with it head on. No warnings. And he's just going into the world totally naive to women's nature. And then when he gets, hurt and scorned, all of a sudden he's bashing all women. Now he's a woman basher. Now he's not even using logical judgment. Now he's just totally flawed. There's no balance with a lot of people. They're either just totally blind to women, or now they're just women bashers. Okay? We're not women bashers, but we're also not turning a blind eye to the wickedness that a lot of women are doing, and they will pay for that if they don't repent. Speaking to you Israelite women, the Lord will kill you too. All right? The Lord don't play. All right? So what makes a man? Following after Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai makes you a man. Not how much money you have, or how buff you are, or how big your build is on your body, or because your rod is good with the women, if you know what I mean. That's not what makes you a man. Typically what makes you a man, first of all, you need to be an Israelite man, because we're the real men. And then within that, you need to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And when you become a man, you also speak as a man. When you speak as a man, you speak according to the law. You speak according to the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, not according to what your mother told you. Okay? Let's go to John. Because see, you don't understand that following behind a woman will lead you from your purpose. And Yahweh Shai understood that when he was a young boy going into a man. Okay? John chapter 2 and verse 1. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushua was there. And both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage. I'm going to get another account after this, because during this account, Yahushua was up in age. Yahushua had another account when he was a little boy, and he actually spoke to his mother austerely. He didn't speak to his mother as a mama's boy. He wasn't in that yes ma'am spirit. Okay? Now again, we honor our fathers and our mothers, but we are not yes men. We're not here to please women or our mothers. We are here to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Now within that comes with honoring our parents. Okay? If our parents need us, if they call us and they say, hey, could you come and help me lift this or do this for me? You better not be like, well, hell no, you're of the devil. No, you don't do that. Those are your parents. You go help them. Okay? But nevertheless, they can't, they shouldn't be able to draw you from your purpose of being in this ministry, though, father or mother. But in particular, this lesson I'm speaking on women, because a lot of women, they're really good at persuading men. And again, it starts with the mother. Okay? Whether it's for the right thing or the wrong thing. All right? And both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Yahushua said unto him, they have no wine. Yahushua said unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother said unto his servants, whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. So she knew when she approached her son about there not being wine at the wedding, Yahushua spoke to her and said, woman, what that got to do with me? My hour ain't come yet. And he said that in a rough manner, to where when she went right back to the servants, she said, look, whatever my son says, just do it. Because, you know, he austere. He's a very serious man. Just do what he says. But this world will try to paint the picture like Yahushua used to tiptoe and ballerina dance all day long while saying, I forgive, I forgive. Okay, Yahushua, like a lot of his men, very rough man, a very, very rough man. Okay, let's go to another account when Yahushua was younger. Okay, and what's ridiculous is you have men who are grown men who still act like little boys to their mother. Okay, they still act like little boys, still asking their mother for money, still under their mother's roof, still asking their mother's validation on whether or not this woman is right for him. A whole lot of just weirdness. Okay, Luke 2:42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. So they weren't aware that Yahushua had tarried behind. Why? Because he was speaking the words of Yahweh. Okay? But they supposing him to have been in the company went a day's journey. And they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintances. So, you know, that's normal human nature, normal human behavior. You know, you'll see your son in your company. Next thing you know, he ain't there. So now you're curious. Okay, where's my son? Right? And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. So when they realized that he wasn't with them, now they backstepping to try to find him. Okay? And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple. So after 3 days of seeking for Yahushua, and he was 12 years old, consider that now. He was 12 years old. They couldn't find him for 3 days. When they found him, where was he at? They found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. So Yahushua at 12 years old was speaking to full-fledged adult men about adult things. And again, it tells you in 1 Corinthians 13 and 11, once you're a man, you speak as one. Clearly, at the age of 12, you're a man. The West doesn't teach you that. The Western culture tries to keep you as a little boy until you're 21. Okay? Yahushua at 12 years old was already doing his purpose. And his purpose was told unto Joseph and Mary before Yahushua was born. So they, being in the flesh, thinking as people would think, seeing that their son was missing, they got worried. And when they found him in a temple. So that probably disturbed them a little bit, being in the flesh. Like, what the hell? Here it is, we looking for you, and you're in the temple like nothing's wrong, right? That's probably how they were thinking. Okay? And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And again, he was only 12 years old. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? So Yahushua is like, what you looking for me for? Did you not know? Was it not told to you before I was born what my purpose would be? Okay? But if Yahushua was to be emotional and to be like, you know what, Mom, you're right, and then go with his father and mother, walk off like nothing happened, and then the next thing you know, Yahushua is asking his mother, Mother, is it okay if I go out and speak on God's word today? No, not today, son. I don't think that'd be good. I'm worried for you. And then he'd listen. Then what? Yahushua was already in the spirit of knowing, I'm here to be about my father's business at 12 years old. 12. And you have men who are going on 25, 35, 45, and they're still questionable. Okay? They're still questioning what they should be doing. You're supposed to be about Yahweh and Yahushua's business, but clearly you have a lot of men too caught up in women worship. And again, it starts with their mother at home. Okay? And it's a pathetic trait to be in as a man. Okay? Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. So we're not supposed to give our strength to women. That includes our mothers. If our mother is hindering our purpose from being about our father's business, then you probably should just separate from your mother. Okay? If your woman is trying to hinder you being in this truth, she's trying to tell you that you could be doing so much more for yourself, you should probably, well, I wouldn't say separate from her, but you should probably, consider that at any time now, she's not going to be in your life. She might just up and leave one day. Okay? I wouldn't necessarily divorce her for it, but keep your eye on a woman like that one. Okay? A woman telling you, and this might be your daughter, okay? You're embarrassing me. Is there something else that you can get into because, my friends think you're weird or whatever the case may be? And this is your daughter now. You might be like, she's right. No, don't give no woman, nor anyone for that matter, any power to deter you from your purpose. And our purpose is to be about our Father's business, to do the will of them that sent us, to do the will of Yahweh Yahushua that sent us. Okay? We have to be men. The Lord is calling us to be men. All this woman worshiping spirit that you see within this world today, that's going to get you put to death. It's about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, not our mothers, not our daughters, not our aunties, not our wives. It's all about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. It was men that created women, not the other way around. Let's go to Luke 11 and 27. We're going to wrap it up. And it came to pass as he spake these things, speaking of Yahweh Shai, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. She didn't mention, blessed is the Heavenly Father who gave you this knowledge, who sent you. She gave all that credit to his mother Mary. Because you had people even back then involved in women worship. She jumped right over Joseph. She jumped right over the Heavenly Father and said, we're going to give the credit to Mary. That's what people do today. They give all the credit to women. Okay? But that's a spirit that's within this world. And here in the West, that's what they try to promote. That's what they try to push on us, man. Be like a woman, think like a woman. Because when you think like a woman, you become submissive. That's why they're trying to make a lot of Israelite men, if not all of them, if they could, into sodomites, into effeminates. That way you say, I submit, Esau. Okay? That's why this world is trying to transition into turning everybody into transhumans. Trans men, trans women, transhumanism. Okay? It's all a part of Esau's agenda to turn everybody on earth into a woman. Okay? Because the women are already women. Now they're trying to make women, or they're trying to make men like the women. Okay? That way a man will be thrown off of his purpose. The Israelite man will be thrown off of his purpose because now he's acting like his mother. He's acting like the women he sees on TV, and women think it's cute. And because he's trying to please this woman, because he's given his power over to this woman, and he sees that this puts a smile on her face, now he's doing weird activity to please a woman who's wicked as hell and who may change at any moment. All right, we have our duty. We have our purpose. Okay, and our purpose, our duty is not to tiptoe around the feelings of our mothers because maybe she's ashamed of what we're doing. Okay, or because our mother was a certain way, we can't speak on other women who do these things because then you have to expose your mother also. Okay, before you make a decision, you have to question your mom if it's all right. See what she thinks about it first, because that's how you've always been. You need $100, you got to call up your mom and ask your mom for $100 twice every damn month. Okay? You have a lot of mama's boys out there. And a lot of men not in the spirit. All right? The Lord is calling us to be men. And it starts with setting aside that mama's boy behavior. All right? Grow some damn balls. And that doesn't mean be a tyrant to women. All right? Because I love women who are in order. But nevertheless, don't give no woman power over you, and don't be a respecter of persons because a woman being able to do something and then a man doing it, you'll slam the hammer on him, but then give the woman the pass. That's bitch made behavior. That's mama's boy behavior. Again, the Lord is calling us to be real men, which comes with being logical. All right, keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of our ability. All right. Being fair, not going around all of a sudden treating women like trash based off the actions that many women are doing. Many women are messing up out here. Most women are fucked up, okay? Excuse my French. But should that stop you from being a good-hearted person in terms of, as a man in this truth, how you carry yourself? Should that stop you from holding the door open for your mother? Should that stop you from helping your mother take out the trash? Should that stop you if some woman is behind you in public, she's feet behind you, you just let the door slam in her face because most women have shown you that they can be wicked as hell? We still have to carry ourselves like men. Okay? Don't let this world make you into a bitter asshole who really is worthless, man. Okay? A lot of men are becoming worthless. They're either too much under a woman, or again, they become woman bashers. We're not either. We're fair in our judgment, and we know that we are being called to be men. All right? So a lot of you Israelite men giving women your strength, A lot of that starts at home, man. You better wake the hell up. And I'm going to give all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.